Hi, welcome to Andrew Buckle book review of Iris, a novel for viewers. This has just come out. It's from Fantagraphics, and you can see there the artist and writer. And this book is a reprint of a 1968 graphic novel, a Dutch one, first ever Dutch graphic novel in its 1968 prescient, psychedelic and playful erotic glory. And it's amazing, absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, I haven't got a copy of the 1968 one, so I can't compare it to show you if there's the differences. I am certain there's a lot of differences. This cost $24.99, and I paid about £16, £17 for it. Fantagraphics, 136 pages, though I did see it listed as 160. Not certain why. Maybe there's a few additional pages in there that I haven't seen. But here it is, Iris, a novel for viewers. It's just weird, plain weird. On the back it talks about MG, a Tjong Khing producer, seduces one such hopeful, Iris. Despite her boyfriend's Mark's misgivings, MG puts Iris through a pop idol machine, exerting even more control on her voice, image, etc. And it's just dream sequences all the way through. Very, very strange. It does come with an initial forward there, which is from, I assume, from the 1968, because it does say down the bottom there. 1968, and of course got the artwork there. Very, very garish, super colourful, on lovely glossy paper. You can see the quality. It's a nice quality book. Obviously it's not stitched or anything like that, but it's still impressive. And look at that. Straight away you can see this artwork that's in this. Just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Really dramatic, intense, all the way through. You can see just very odd, strange artwork that, of course, fits perfect that 1967-68 period, which there's a lot of great artwork from that. I'm just going to show a few examples in a sec. And you can see there, the story goes all over the place, very strange, very odd, but I found it very impressive. I would love to see Fantagraphics bring out Jadelle again. Unfortunately, I didn't get a copy of that when it came out. Wish I had. Unfortunately, now copies are very, very expensive, though I have just ordered a German copy, which was slightly cheaper. So hopefully that will come. Also, there's copies of, obviously, Pravda. I think it's called Pravda. Unfortunately, Fantagraphics didn't bring out a copy of that. Hopefully, at some point they will. Also, it'd be great to see Saga of Zam. That would be amazing as well. That's another one of those sort of similar sort of style. However, Comics 1964 to 2024. The reason I'm showing this, it has got some artwork, and I'm just going to quickly flick to the pages that I think that's sort of interest. You've got those sorts of things. Now, Lolly Strip, very unusual one. That's a George S. Pitchard. And you've got the Barbarella, of course. Scarlet Dream is another one. And there is the Saga de Exam. The artwork is just amazing in that. That's about it in terms of that sort of 1967-68 period. Now, of course, in the UK, we did have a lot of comics. Romeo comes to mind, that was full of some very weird psychedelic artwork. Also, a lot of psychedelic artwork was in kids' comics, very young kids' comics, sort of Magic and those sort of ones. You look at those and you think, wow, they were really, really weird with the artwork. Unfortunately, no one's ever brought out collections of those, and they've sort of obviously sitting in all the various sort of Pippin and whatever it was, those sort of magazines and comics. Here's another one that was very weird, Vrumushka. I don't know when this came out, but it's certainly, I think it was 1972. Yeah, 1972. You got things like Edward Heath and Howard Wilson and all those sort of things. There's Edward Heath. And obviously other characters that were obviously of that time. But this is a sort of oddball artwork of that period, sort of similar sort of style. Radio fun, of course, going over the those comics that used to be back from the 1920s, 1930s, that sort of period. However, in this book here, it does have a great essay at the back, and I will show that at the end. But it does miss a few. It does mention the, can't say that word, Vrumushka, whatever. You can see it's a long title. This is just one of the best ones. I love this book, Dracula Annual. And the reason I like it is because it's got to some really psychedelic and weird art. But weirdly, it's not mentioned in this book, which is very, very strange. And the reason I'm talking about it is this, Agar Agar. I would have thought that would have fitted very nicely in that sort of weird, sort of psychedelic style. And I remember seeing this back in the 60s. I got this book back in the 60s. So this is not the same copy, but I did get it, which was not one to get when you're young. But it did sort of, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, Also there you can see just that superb artwork, but it was full of this sort of thing, the Martian visitors. Again, I'm not certain. I would love to see a reprint of this. And also, if there's any additional pages, because unfortunately it's sort of just finished. So there's no actual end, as far as I can see, to this story. But it was one of the weirdest stories. So I just sort of mention that. Don't know why it was completely ignored in that other book. This is a fascinating one. And I think, well, this is probably not number 21. And I'm just going to quickly flick to the pages that I think are the most interesting. And, of course, never can find it. Oh, here it is. This one, Saga of Zam. And you can see there some very odd, unusual artwork. Again, 1960s. And you can see the artwork there. But that's about it. But there's a few other sections like that as well. I think that's just lovely, sort of weird, psychedelic artwork of that time. And there's other examples. And, of course, the artist, obviously, of Jadel as well there. So I think this is a great little magazine. And here's some more examples. This one is, Valentina. Valentina there and Laureline. I assume that's how. I'm not certain I've ever seen that one. I wonder if that's a copy of reprinted of that. And of course, Jean-Claude Forest there, Barbarella, of course, and Sunny. What's that one? Just have a look. Sunny Moon. Not certain about that one. Still, lots of other examples in here as well. Really nice little magazine. I bought this one purposely because, of course, it's got this. When I was looking for some information about all the various artists, and this one popped up, and I thought, I will get a copy of that. So that's the run through of everything I've got related to that. But let's get back to this. Iris, a novel for viewers, and show a few more examples of pages. You can see the sort of style of artwork all the way through this. Iris and Iris and Iris and Iris and Iris. It's chapter 7. Obviously, you've got that character there, very odd, and another character there, a purple guy there. And which one of us am I? Okay, some just great. Obviously, that's the bit that's in the start of the book, I think. And you've also got some just truly odd artwork there. You can see all the way through it, very surreal, unusual pages. And you can see, I think a lot of this will obviously be, the colour cannot possibly be the colour as it originally was in the comic books, or in the books that early on. But still, I'm not fussed about that. In some ways, it would have been nice to have had it, obviously, exactly as it was, but they've obviously decided to go for a slightly clean. Now, I might be completely wrong. Someone will sit around and say, no, this is exactly as it was in 1968. I can't compare, because I haven't got the original 1968 one. But it's lovely. I think this book is just one. I'm not going to show, obviously, every single bit. Get the book, because it's just a great little weird story. And you can see there the original book there, Iris, there. And again, it looks fairly there, and you can see obviously there, and very similar cover there. Let's make a real book, and of course you've got, look, that's certainly different. That's very different. That was on the original. It says here, cover of the first edition of Iris and Sherpa edition. Or is that saying that? No, above. Sorry, that's a 2013 tribute. Completely wrong on that. That's would have been weird, wouldn't it? Because actually looking at the writing, it doesn't say Iris at all. And it's also got other examples of other art, modern visual language. Really, really good essay. And you got that one. I think that's the one. No, that's the French edition. But I just ordered a German copy. Anyway, I don't mind. Never worries me if it's in German, French, Italian, whatever. But you've got here like Barbarella. Obviously got other examples. And of course, this Barbarella. I haven't got a copy of that. I would love to pick up a copy of that. I did see it one time at a shop, and it was reasonably priced. I should have bought it, but still. Scarlet Dream, another one, and one I mentioned, Ramushka and Valentina. The Creepax ones, they come out from, I think it's Fantagraphics. Fantagraphics are bringing them out. They look stunning, the books they've got there, but they are so expensive. I look at even the most recent ones, they're often 70, 80, 90, whatever. Very, very steep. And also got other examples. Actually, another one that comes to mind was Vaughan Bode. Vaughan Bode, I always felt that sort of surreal, and yet his works have not been reprinted for a long time. Please put in the comments below if you know of a reprint, recent one, but a lot of them are very, very expensive to pick up. And you can see obviously some more artwork there. Don't know what that one is. That's Birdie, unpublished. So you've got an unpublished one there. and also some other artwork and examples. And it also obviously shows the various photos and pictures that obviously maybe were the influences, and much, much more. I love it. And there's all the details on the back there. You can see details. I think this is just an absolutely stunning book. I really hope this does amazingly well, and hopefully it does amazingly well. Fantagraphics will look and think, you know what, let's bring out some of these other books like this that really have just sort of been forgotten about, because I didn't know about this. Absolutely no knowledge of this one at all. So it's just brilliant that Fantagraphics bring these sort of books out, because there's a lot of gems, I am certain. Bit like the thing that I love as well, Blu-rays. I love Blu-rays. There's nothing better for me finding an Italian collection one or a Japanese film from 1964 or 65 that is just wow. And you think, why, oh why have I never seen this film before? Likewise, when it comes to books like this, I think I just love it. I mean, obviously it's great buying up-to-date books as well. I love up-to-date films as well. But I love picking up these sort of things like from the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s that have sort of been forgotten. And I think this is just one of them. This is an absolutely lovely book. All the way through, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Really, totally recommended. Iris, a novel for viewers. Just perfect for me. Absolutely perfect for me. I hope you find it of interest as well.